Hmm. I was having a problem a week and a half ago with that one. You don't know how much you struggling with that makes me feel better about myself. We had to do the last race with no banner or make it happen.
Welcome, everybody, to Charlotte Motor Speedway for tonight's first race of the playoffs here in the iOS Cup Series, brought to you by Fort Worth Screen Printing. My name's Josh Hall. I'm joined tonight by Matt Knights. Matt, how you doing tonight?
Good, Josh. Looking forward to an exciting first race of the playoffs here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Should be pretty exciting.
Yeah, we got some playoff standings for you. Just a second. Let me pull those up. And you'll know your playoff drivers tonight because they're all going to have bright orange banners on the top of their car where their name would be. So as we pull up our standings for you right now, currently, playoffs, everything's kind of reset. Everybody got their playoff points. Colin Willems, 13 playoff points to begin, so he's got quite the 13-point advantage already. Dustin Dean, Dakota Camper, Kyle Mays, your top four. And then you'll see on the bubble, even though technically this is the first race, we're using bubble drivers right now because um, these guys do have to still make the playoffs, make it on to the next round. So and then currently out would be the bottom four. But again, a win can change. These points can change. They're fluid. This is just where they stand right now.
Well, Josh, let me ask you. Let's say Will Witt were to win tonight. Does he automatically go to the next round?
Absolutely, right on to the next round. So that's why a win tonight for any of these drivers is going to be very important. As we're taking a look right now, we have about 5 minutes left in qualifying, and currently your pole sitter right now, Stephen Black, with a 29:20. Dustin Dean, 1/100th of a second off of him. And then you got Kyle Mays, 2/100ths of a second off of him. And then it starts to fall back a little bit. Brian Nudie back there. Uh, well, this says point .7. He ran a 20. Stephen Black ran a 29:20. And then Dustin Dean 29:21, Kyle Mays 29:22, Brian Nudie 29:29, Devin Pacino also ran a 29:29. So pretty close up at the top here. I mean, the top Will Witt just jumped into the fourth spot with a 29:28. So you're top top eight separated by basically just 100th of a second. We got Brian Nudie already calling out the bots now, saying "Let's go, Colin." So we got Will Witt on track right now. I think he's just finishing up his qualifying attempt right there. Cassie Willems also saying "Let's go, Colin." The bot squad is out there in full effect tonight, I'm sure. I see all 14 of you watching. And yeah, we're looking forward to this great race tonight here under the lights at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So tonight we're going to have 130 laps. Your stage is going to end tonight. Pot squad assemble. Absolutely, Brian. For those of you who don't get that, we have Collins bots out there. He's got his big squad out there to root him on tonight. So tonight we will be doing 160 laps here. Oh, sorry, 130 laps here at Charlotte. Your stage end will be lap 40, and that's going to be for that all-important 10 bonus points for the win and one playoff point moving forward. So those points do carry on through every round. So right now, Colin has 13. playoff points. If he was to win the stage tonight and he wins the race and moves on to the next round, he'd have 14. So it carries on cumulatively throughout the season. We got Blake Hensley on track right now. Somebody asked if Blake was racing tonight. Yes, he is. He's right here on track making his qualifying attempt. Blake's got a sweet new ride this week. I'm digging this paint job he's got going on. Corley Mathers says, let's go, Colin. Nick Mathers says, let's go 18, bring home another W. Michael Lawrence, woo do we do drug tests for the series? So for you that don't know, Michael Lawrence is actually racing tonight, pretty beat up. He runs dirt carts and ended up flipping, I believe, twice the other day. So he's
You said carts.
yes, dirt carts. Yep.
Yeah, I do that too. We had a couple flip this past Saturday, and you can get pretty banged up.
Yeah, for sure. So I know he is racing tonight, but he is medicated. But he says it's not going to affect his performance. It takes a lot to get him out of the car. So fortunately for him, he's all right. He's still kicking. Brian Nudie says, not sure why anyone else showed up. 18 for the win. It looks like Brian Merle Jr. did not make it back from Applebee's to get into the race tonight. So that's
Wait, what?
yeah. Well, he was calling out the Apex squad tonight to meet him in the Applebee's parking lot before the race. So looks like the Apex team is in the race, but Junior did not make the race. So yeah, that's going on there. Brian Nudie says the 40 is trash. Oh man. So hopefully we'll talk to Brian tonight after the race in that 40 machine to see what's going on with him. As we see Nick Ford, our last car right now, out on track. And he's just got a couple minutes left. We got about a minute left in qualifying here. So we'll see what kind of lap time Nick can bring home here. Is he already up to the 24th spot? And these cars always seem to gain speed here on their second. Oh, we really loose there off of two. Hangs on to it though. That was a great save for him. Oh. Cheeseburger just said Junior Nason will make it. Nudie said wings were half price. And I just see Brian Merle Jr. has connected, so he is going to be in the race tonight, along with Sylvan Seguin and Derek Regal. So about 15 seconds left. Matt, what are we expecting here tonight, you think, here at Charlotte?
Who knows? If it were me, I would be trying to just get through the first half of the race clean. Try to save a set of tires. There's only 3 total sets for tonight. So you're asking more over 40 laps per set of tires. Maybe try to get 50, 60 laps out of the first set. We'll see.
For sure. So let's take a look at our grid tonight. And starting on pole, your 98 machine of Stephen Black, our points leader, or excuse me, our laps led leader of the year. Dustin Dean in the 21, he'll be rolling off in the second spot. Kyle Mays in the 55, rolling off third, and completing row number 2 will be Will Witt in the 35.
Fifth is the 40 of Brian Nudie. Sixth, Devin Buccino in the 68. The 52 of Cody Moore is next. And rounding out the top 8, Michael White in the 09.
Michael Provolt in 95 in the 9th spot, and rounding out row 5, Brandon White in the 019. Then we're going to have Logan Hagerman in the 7, and the 11 machine in the 12th spot of Dylan Redding.
Starting 13th is the 3 of Dakota Camper. The 18 of Colin Willems next to him in 14th. 15 we'll see Todd Mays in the 25th. And then 16th, Intensity Broadcasting owns Joseph Wright in the 82.
In the 17th spot, James F. Moore in the 61 machine. Outside of him in row 9, Blake Hensley in the 31. Then TJ Floyd In the 49, and Nick Ford will make out row number 10.
The 99 of Austin Blaylock is next in 21st. Greg Froelich in the 71 is 22nd. Michael Lawrence in the 47 is next in 23rd. Craig Schroeder in the number 4 starts 24th.
And then rounding out the field here, we're gonna have Derek Chaput in the the 37, and then Sylvan Seguin in the 66, and then lastly Brian Merle Jr. and Derek Regal are gonna round out row number 14 as we get ready to start our pace laps here. As the cars are lined up.
And typically at Charlotte, there's only one pace lap. Is that? Do you know if that's the case for tonight?
Yep, we're gonna do one pace lap, and then we're gonna get green flag racing right away. As we see the cars all lined up nicely on the front stretch here, getting ready to get rolling. Looks like one car missed the grid.
Uh-oh.
That looks like the 99 of Austin Blaylock. Nope, he did make the grid. Oh, maybe it's just a space between them because it looked like one of them had missed the grid. Actually, looks like a couple cars starting from the field here. Nick Ford, Derek Chaput, not quite in it. Derek Regal, I believe he's also, no, he's on track right now. So looks like just Nick Ford starting from the pits tonight.
Do you know, Josh, has iRacing fixed that glitch where you couldn't get out of the pits?
Yes, they have. So that's something that was in our last patch. So fortunately, we will be able to get them out of the track, out of the pits, and onto the track as the cars are making their way through turns 3 and 4 now for their pace lap. Take the wide angle look here as the pace car is going to take that hard left-hand turn onto pit lane. They're going to bypass that chicane right here as they enter the the starting zone here. Green flags in the air. Stephen Black steps on it. Dustin Dean's right there even with him there as they go side by side into turn number 1. It looks like Stephen Black's going to get the advantage here as they're side by side behind him. Great start for Stephen Black, and that's exactly what he wants to see is these cars running side by side as Nudie looked to make it 3 wide for a second, but he's going to come back in. Oh, a little contact between Kyle Mays and Dustin Dean. Nudie down on the apron. That's 3 wide. Nudie having some issues. Nudie's, hit a Dakota Camper 19 of 019 of Brandon White. Caution is out. That's going to bring up our wreckage replay already as we're going to take a look, see exactly what happened here to Brian Nudie as he was coming off the corner. And looked like everybody kind of checked up in front of him. And he hit the apron. I don't know if he hit the apron or if he just got a little loose and got down on the apron. But we'll take a look here because we got a wide angle view of this. So as they come to the corner, here's where you see Dustin Dean and Kyle Mays make a little bit of contact there. And see Kyle just kind of checking up because of the contact. It looks like, Nudie just got loose there, it looked like. Might have had a little help there from the... Not sure who that was behind him, but you see him down there on the apron.
No, I don't think he got any help. He came across the radio and said it was his bad.
A couple more wrecking behind them all by themselves back there. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. But you see, there goes the 3 of Dakota Camper getting involved. Looks like Dylan Redding's going to just sneak on by. A little bit of contact with the wall. Nothing too major there. Colin Willems gets through. See Joseph right there sliding through the grass, the AstroTurf there, avoiding everything. So he's able to get through there, no problem. But let's take a look behind. We saw a little bit of incident behind all this, too. I'm not really sure who that was back there.
There were 2 more cars coming out of 4 that seemed to get loose all by themselves.
Was this happened just in front. Oh, it looked like the 99. Oh, the 31 of Blake Hensley. So we'll rewind this back so we can see exactly what happened here. So looks like he Froelich actually came down. Or sorry, not Froelich. Moore came down into the side of him, and that's what caused that second pile up behind. So it looks like the 31 there is going to take his reset and get back on track, and Stephen Black is going to remain your leader right now. So a lot of action in the opening laps here. We see you guys out there. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share. If you know anybody who'd like to watch this broadcast as well, don't forget to share and let everybody know. Also, don't forget to tell us who your favorite drivers are, who you're rooting on. We see you guys out there. We've got quite a few people watching on Facebook, a couple on YouTube, I believe a couple on Twitch as well. So we got 1 on Twitch, we got 5 on YouTube, and 12 on Facebook. So don't be afraid to root on your favorite driver. Let us know what you're thinking. We can see your chats. We know the bot crew is going to be out in full effect tonight. Or the bot squad, excuse me. Who offered me some free poutine next time I come up to the Great North. So
From where I'm sitting, Josh, you're already in the Great North.
the even greater North. Mick Olofsson says Will Witt all the way. Will is let's see where he's sitting right now. Will's currently in our 4th spot right now, so.
Now, I'm not seeing the banner on Dustin Dean's car. Is he going to get a penalty for that?
I actually don't see a paint job on Dustin Dean's car, so I don't know if he had an issue getting his paint to load or what, because not just do we not see the banner up there for your playoff driver, but we also don't see his normal paint job with the Dean's Eye design. But if we take a look at let's take a look at Stephen Black here, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Right
Up
at
on
the top of the windshield.
Yep, right at the top of the windshield, you'll see that bright orange banner there. All of our playoff drivers should have the orange banners right up there to signify who they are. So that way we can tell from a quick glance. We see a little further back there, the 52 of Cody Moore has his playoff banner, so we know he's in the playoffs. Dylan Redding with a brand new paint job tonight. That Pelican snow cones, or Pelican snowball. See back there, Colin Willems and Joseph Wright with their bright orange banners, and the 3 of Dakota Camper. So makes it easy to signify to you guys who's out there and where your favorite drivers are, or where the playoff drivers are running currently. See, Mark Shaver says Mays Boy's going to win. We'll see. Right now, Kyle Mays sitting up in the 3rd spot, so he's sitting pretty right now.
All right, I'm ready.
We're ready. Pace car takes that
pace car out of the way.
Takes that hard left-hand turn. Stephen Black's waiting a little bit on that start. Here he goes. Green flag in the air.
Well, he shot out like a rocket, didn't he?
Yeah, he caught Dustin Dean sleeping right there. And that's going to allow Kyle Mays now to stock Dustin Dean. Going to be all over that back bumper. As we see the field rocket through turns 1 and 2. And already, Will Witt right now making a big aggressive mood. That's Cody Moore. Take it back. Underneath Will Witt, these new paint jobs. A couple other guys with new paint jobs, so it's not what I'm used to seeing. But yeah, that 52, Cody Moore underneath Will Witt here, trying to take that 4th spot away. And he's going to do it. Here comes Logan Hagerman to the inside as well. Oh, we already got a battle for the lead up here between Dustin Dean and Stephen Black, as they're real tight off of turn number 2, side by side down the backstretch into turn number 3. Dustin Dean on the high side. It looks like he's going to take it here. As right behind him, we see the 52 of Cody Moore getting around Kyle Mays. Here comes Will Witt to the inside. As we saw Dustin Dean make that high side work, Dustin Dean's back under pressure now from Stephen Black. And looks like Dustin's going to lose 2 positions here because here comes Cody Moore trying to get on by as well. As they were almost 3 wide right behind him between Kyle Mays and Will Witt. While these guys are battling, it's going to let Stephen Black to get out to a little bit of a lead, as he's now about 0.25 out in front of the field. Right now, Kyle Mays is just kind of falling back. Unfortunately, right behind him, Devin Buccino and Logan Hagerman battling hard. Oh, contact.
Oh, Logan. Nice
Logan's
save, though.
Great save from Buccino. Logan just pushed up the track, caught him in the quarter panel. He's able to save it and hold on to it. As here comes the 09 of Michael White. We're used to seeing Michael White in that camo color, but it looks like he's running the Coca-Cola Energy car tonight. That's a sweet looking paint job as well. Side by side, Logan Hagerman and Colin Willems off of turn number 2. This is a battle for the 6th and 7th spot right here. Colin able to get down almost below that blue line. That's not the way you can normally run this track. Normally when you get down in the apron or get down on that paint, it's real slick and the car starts to get away from you. But it looks like he was able to hold on to it and make it work for a second. A little further back, Todd Mays and Austin Blaylock. Oh, contact. Mays up into the wall. And he's going to lose quite a few positions here. 3 wide here as the 019 has to check up to avoid getting in the back of him. That's a 31 as well of Blake Hensley and the 019 of Brandon White. Colin Willems and Logan Hagerman going at it again. And now Stephen Black has Dustin Dean all over that back bumper, so that little bit of a lead he had starting to go away. Now these cars, they're not restrictor plates, but they are only about 450 horsepower, as they're running what's called a tapered spacer, which allows the airflow into the throttle body. And these guys aren't going to have quite the horsepower that they normally would, plus they got a high downforce package. You can see how big that back spoiler is on these cars. So that's going to allow these cars to really draft up, slipstream each other, and they almost can run this track like a super speedway at the moment, as we got a great battle for the lead here between Dustin Dean and Stephen Black. And this is just really showing how well that multi-groove racing that iRacing's been working on is working. Because you've got cars running multiple grooves right now and able to make it work. While these guys are side by side here, couple movers right now. Joseph Wright has just cracked the top 10. He's up into the 9th spot. Michael Lawrence up 10 spots already, up into the 13th spot. As Dustin Dean's going to take the lead over. here comes Stephen Black trying to make that bottom line work yet again. A little further back, Colin Willems back here in traffic, still trying to make it around Logan Hagerman here, but it looks like Logan's able to start to pull away just a little bit. As I say that, here comes a great run by Willems to the inside of Hagerman.
Yeah, Colin got a great run off of 3 and 4 there.
Yeah, now he's got a little bit of help from behind from Buccino here, who's going to give him a little bit of a push. Like I said, these cars are going to be able to draft a little bit, give each other a little push, give each other a little run here. As Joseph right now to the outside of Buccino. We got 4 cars right here side by side. And right behind them, we'll see Michael White and Dakota Camper. Camper, after having those issues in that first caution on lap 2, making his way back up. He's already back up into the 10th spot. So we can ride along here with Dakota Camper. Here, I'm having to work that throttle already.
It looks like that high line is the speed slot almost.
Yeah, it seems like, as you see these cars really moving around. See the 09 really move around there. And yeah, you can just see how much these cars... See how much those cars are really moving around there, and just how much...
Oh, look out, look out. Did he save it?
Oh.
He did.
Who was that?
Logan Hagerman.
Hagerman.
Yeah, the 4 of Craig Schrader came up and they just kissed doors for a minute. Got Logan a little loose, but down in turn 1. He wasn't quite sideways, but was not straight.
Side-by-side battle here for the 4th spot between Will Witt and Kyle Mays. As Kyle's trying to make that high side work. It looks like he's going to get the momentum off the corner here. Will Witt's going to have to tuck back in behind him here as they go into turn 3. Move Kyle Mays up into the 4th position.
Will's one of those drivers that we're keeping an eye on. 12th in points right now.
Yep. Great battle here between the 09 on Michael White, Dakota Camper in the 3, and Austin Blaylock coming into the picture here. So great battles all over the track. As Colin Willems now has fallen back to the 11th spot. It looks like he's starting to make a little bit of time up here on Austin Blaylock. Great view of exactly what these guys are seeing here. And Joseph Wright up into the 6th spot now.
Yeah, he's pulling.
Yeah,
Buccino with him.
Yeah, him and Buccino having a great run up through the field here. Actually, Buccino's lost a spot from the beginning, but that's because he got a little sideways when he had that contact earlier.
Yeah, I think what he's doing though is just follow Joe to the front.
Oh, Colin Willems in trouble. Comes back across the track into traffic. Yellow is out. Trouble for one of our playoff drivers tonight, Colin Willems.
It looked like he was going to collect a few there.
Yeah, he was able to. It looks like him and Austin Blaylock made a little bit of contact coming down the backstretch here. Oh, Austin got up into the wall, and when he hit the wall, he came down into Colin. Colin catches that inside wall pretty hard there. And yeah, he comes back up across the track. And when he does that, fortunately for him, we see the 20 of Nick Ford getting out to the wall, the 31 of Blake Hensley getting around as well. But other than that, everybody else around it cleanly. So it looks like he's going to have to go in and get
Go
some.
get that one fast repair.
Get those reset done. Got a couple cars on pit lane now. Buccino, Hensley, Hagerman, Brian Nudie all on pit road right now.
I'm guessing fuel only.
Yeah, long race. I imagine they're going to take fuel only. See if we can see what. Take a look at Brian Nudie here. Let's see if. Yep, looks like fuel only for him. So that's what I think most people are going to do here. So we took a look at the pit stop times down there: 7.770, 8.6. So yeah, these guys. Oh, looks like Provo might have taken tires. Hagerman with a long pit stop due to him getting some repairs fixed, I'm sure. So we take a look at our stints here. Dakota Camper came in earlier. Thought I had a thing where I could see the pit stop times. Oh, that's pit lane time. There it is. Yeah, so it looks like everybody right now, most of our leaders right now are staying out. First cars to come on. Dakota Camper had a 5.2 earlier in the run. Buccino, the first one to come in and get out. So up front still Dustin Dean, Stephen Black, Cody Moore, your top three. All three playoff drivers as well. We got Nick Mather and Cassie Willems both not too happy with Austin Blaylock there getting to the side, and nothing Colin could really do, just wrong place at the wrong time. Fortunately for him, he's able to get back out on the track with minimum damage. Took that reset, he'll be able to get himself back up there. Also, Michael Lawrence here in the cheeseburger car. Again, for you just joining in, Michael Lawrence is driving hurt right now as he flipped over his dirt go-kart twice the other day. And yesterday he was in the ER. Today he's back in the track. So nice to see him out here. Still able to compete, even though he's banged up. He's hurting. He said he was hurting.
I'm assuming he's in a flat cart, not a champ.
That would be correct. As the pace cars getting ready to turns the lights off, we're going to be going back to green in one lap as we re-rack them and get set up for a 10-lap shootout to the end of the stage. Now, this league, if you've never watched an iOS race with us before, this league does not pause at the end of the stage. Just the top 10 will get your stage points. The winner will get that one crucial playoff point, and first to 10th will get 10 to 1 points on back. So here we go. Dustin Dean will be your control car. Stephen Black on the outside. We saw Stephen get a great jump on the first restart there. We'll have to see if Dustin can get just as good of a restart on Stephen this time by. Cody Moore, Kyle Mays in second. Will Witt, Joseph Wright, your third row. As the pace car gets ready to take that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. As they approach the restart box, leader goes, green flag in the air, and Dustin Dean with a great jump. And you see Cody Moore already to the inside of Stephen Black as he gets a great jump as well. Side by side through turns 1 and 2. Just behind them, you see the field starting to fan out just a little bit. Just behind them, we see Will Witt and Kyle Mays going at it side by side. And Joseph Wright using that high side right now to get around Michael White, move himself into the 7th spot. But right now, Will Witt's really trying to make that bottom lane work as we see him work through 1 and 2 here. As he comes off the corner here, long run down the backstretch. Dustin Dean's got out to quite the lead now. He's already up to a half-second lead off of Stephen Black, but I think Stephen Black might be trying to save a little bit of fuel or save his tires a little bit. As right behind them, you see Joseph Wright starting to sneak into the picture as these guys are running side by side. It's allowing him to catch right up to these guys. And Dakota Camper having a great bounce back after getting involved in that lap 2 incident. Eddie Morris says, go get him, Joel. Eddie, not in the race tonight. We see Kyle Mays and Dakota Camper now. Dakota Camper all over the back bumper of Mays. Mays is going to keep running that high line. Here comes Camper trying to run that low line. Actually more of a middle line, if you will. Really showing that you can put the car really wherever you want. Here comes Camper down to the inside. But Kyle Mays able to get on the gas just a little bit quicker. Keep that momentum up and keep him behind. Now, Dustin Dean's lead has shrank down. It was just a half a second. Now it's down to 0.2 of a second as Stephen Black starting to stalk our leader here, coming through the tri-oval, or quad oval, I should say, as we work lap 36, and yellow is out. Not really sure what brought that out. Let's see if we can find it here. I found it right here. Looks like a little bit of issues here with a couple cars. I see Nick Ford involved, as well as Cheeseburger Lawrence here, as we'll take a look here. Austin Blaylock side by side as well. And you see Nick Ford just come down just a little bit into Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger overcorrects a little bit, gets tagged by Dylan Redding. And those two go sliding through the quad oval here. And just these two cars involved. And it doesn't look like Ford hit anything. So he's going to be able to continue on. No harm, no foul. As he's down there in that AstroTurf. I imagine we'll probably see our leaders coming in pit this time. Actually, no, you won't. Because we're going to be ending the stage here in just a moment. Eddie Morris, unfortunately, not running due to a power outage. That's unfortunate for him. And then Mark Shaver says, best Tuesday night action ever. Mark, we appreciate that. As we're having some great running here. See Brian Nudie, Brandon White on pit road, and Nudie, nothing to lose here outside the top 10. Might as well come in, top off your fuel, and be there at the end. It's a great call from Nudie here. Same thing, Brandon White on pit road, James F. Moore, Craig Schroeder, Nick Ford. Nick might be taking tires here because he did have that long slide there. Yep, we see Nick taking tires here. We see Brian. Oh, Brian did end up taking tires there, so maybe he's thinking about something else here. We take a look back up at our leaders. Lights on the pace car still on. See Brian Merle Jr. getting that wave around. I believe Merle Jr. is going to be back on the lead lap. The only car off the lead lap right now is the 37 of Derek Chaput, who's currently 2 laps down. So a couple of yellow flags. He'll be back on the lead lap again. And I heard, Matt, I heard last night there was quite a bit of action in the ARCA series as well. Were you there for that?
I was not. I couldn't even tell you what I was doing last night, but it wasn't that.
I believe Jackson Qualley and Dylan Renning had a great run at the end, and Jackson had a chance to win the race, but Dylan threw a block on him, and Jackson, being the respectful young man he is, backed out of it, let him through, and yeah. So the pace car will be in this lap. Oh, no, they will not. The lights on the pace car are still on, so this stage will end under yellow. So your current standings, Dustin Dean is going to win the stage here. Get that all-important playoff point, as well as 10 bonus points. Or stage points, I should say. Stephen Black in second. Cody Moore in third. Kyle Mays fourth. Dakota Camper fifth. Will Witt, Joe Wright, Michael White, Devin Buccino, and Todd Mays are going to make up your top 10. And those are going to be your stage positions for your top 10. As next week, we are going to be moving on to... I always do this. I say I have it set up and running, and then I forget where I put the stuff. Next week, we're going to be moving on to Auto Club Speedway for 90 laps there, and that's going to be the end of the round of 12. Bottom 4 will be eliminated. We'll move on to Texas and the Roval. Then we'll cut down to the top championship 4. We're going to take it all at Las Vegas. Same thing with our trucks tomorrow night. Trucks are going to be here at Charlotte as well. Then they'll move on to the same tracks. Auto Club, then Texas, the Roval, and Vegas for their championship series season. So don't forget to join us tomorrow night as well. Also tomorrow night, nope, I take that back. We're still recruiting for our Intensity Broadcasting League short track shootout in the late models. And on Thursday, we'll have our Dirt Series, iOS Dirt Domination. Right now, the pace car is taking that hard left, about to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Pardon my talking tonight, I just can't. Dustin Dean accelerates, green flag back in the air. And again, that outside road just had such a disadvantage, it seems. The leader has such an advantage on that start, and third place right behind him, able to pull alongside. As Dustin Dean again pulls off to a great lead, but again, you've got a couple cars in the back who's got some fresh tires here. We'll have to see how much differently those cars get back through the field. Dakota Camper all over the back bumper of Kyle Mays. Camper pushes up the track a little bit. That allows Joe Wright to sneak in. And right behind him, Will Witt. Take a look from the back of Dakota Camper here. They're still side by side. And a little loose off the corner there for Camper as well. So just not able to complete the pass. And now Joe Wright trying to take a look to the inside of Camper. A little further back, Colin Willems making his way through the field. He's up into the 9th spot already. Working on the 68 of Pacino now. So Colin Willems having a great run back through the field after getting that contact with Austin Blaylock and having to take a reset after hitting the inside wall. But here comes TJ Floyd, and I think TJ Floyd might be on fresher tires than everybody else here. As you can see, the speed that he's carrying, he's got to be on fresher tires. Up front, Dustin Dean again getting stalked by Stephen Black. Steven's starting to turn the pressure on Dustin as he's going to take a look to the inside here. Here's a battle for the lead through turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, Josh, I confirmed that TJ did take tires.
Perfect. So that makes a big difference for these guys on track. As you can see, TJ able to put his car really anywhere as he wants. Unfortunately, being stuck in this traffic here, he can't really go where he wants to go. But here we go. Now you can see the difference in speed. As he's passing these cars like they're going backwards. Joe Wright to the inside of Pacino. And now to the inside of Kyle Mays, trying to make that work. TJ Floyd trying to make it 3 wide off of turn number 2. They're 3 wide down the backstretch here. Going into turn 3, Joe's going to back out and make a smart move. As you see TJ Floyd now, again, just able to get to that gas pedal so much quicker than everybody else. Oh, TJ run down to the grass. And now we got a battle back for the lead here is Dustin Dean and Stephen Black side by side down the backstretch. Pretty much even.
Sounds like we're going to start seeing some green flag pit stops.
And there you go. Stephen Black, Dustin Dean on the pit road. That's going to give the lead to Cody Moore. So let's throw up our track map while pit stops are going on so you can see where your favorite drivers are. Looks like Todd Mays just had a little bit of issues. He had to tow. I think he might have spun out coming to pit road and might have hit the wall. Here comes Cody Moore onto pit road. Joseph Wright also on pit road. Kyle Mays. And that's going to give the lead right now to Dakota Camper. We know TJ Floyd will not be pitting as he just pit. It has those fresh tires, and you saw the difference.
Oh, we got a wreck in the trioval right on the front. Looks like they're going to keep going. No, maybe not.
Oh, big wreck. No caution yet, though. Oh, there it is.
I don't know who that yellow car is coming off of pit road, but just got taken out.
Take a look here at our wreckage rewind. Oh, Derek. Oh, all right. So a lot to dissect here as we'll take a look. So we see Derek Chapu down on the bottom. He's a couple laps down. Here comes Nick Ford taking it 3 wide to get around Blake Hensley. He catches Chapu, who gets up in the Blake Hensley. The three of them get together. It looks like Chapu is going to keep it going straight. Here comes a 61 of Moore on fresh tires. Gets it inside of Nick Ford, and yeah, that's going to cause Nick to lose again. Here goes a 61 hard into the wall. And while that's happening, Nick Ford goes through the long slide here.
Wait for it.
Oh, there goes Derek Regal involved as well. And oh, Cody Moore! Cody Moore gets caught up in it. Who was our leader just a moment ago. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look to see exactly what he saw. I don't think he even knew it was happening because before he had a chance to really accelerate, he just got nailed by the 61, and it's unfortunate for our leader there. Cody Moore in our playoffs. Let's take a look. For those of you who weren't here earlier in the race, we'll take a look at our current playoff standings. This is before tonight's race, so this does not include any points that they accumulated in the stage. But at the moment, Cody Moore, CD Moore, was sitting back in 5th place. So technically right on the bubble, as after next race at California, or Auto Club Speedway, we'll be eliminating those bottom 4. So unfortunately, a tough night for him going on right now. Same thing with Dakota Camper, who started off with a tough night. Again, spun on lap number 2. Now he's up into, let's see, where is he running now? As he is sitting currently in the 7th position. Chad King says Bacino makes it look easy. So a bunch of cars back on pit road. Joseph Wright taking fuel only. Trying to stretch that fuel run as long as he can. Actually, I think there might be a few cars that got trapped a lap down in that exchange.
Will Witt, Cody Moore, Dustin Dean, Michael White, Kyle Mays, Joe Wright, James Moore, and Derek Chappelle.
So we take a look at our ticker on the side. Yeah, 21st on back. So Joe Wright, yeah, a couple cars stuck on the. Apologize, my tower is not showing everything here.
Because I heard Joe and Kyle just before that caution, they were coming into pit, and they got stuck on pit road during the caution. Well, look who's made it all the way back up to second, huh? Colin Willems.
The Bat Squad must be happy now as Colin's sitting in that 2nd spot right now. So it looks like we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. It looks like TJ Floyd is going to take the top line on this restart. I think he's a little bit more confident on that high side. What do you think?
I think we've seen that high line, especially in the corners. Have a little more speed. I'm not sure as the leader it's going to matter, though. He should get enough of a jump to be able to clear.
Yeah, either way, the leader is going to be able to get that big jump. Because they can, so the leader can go whenever they want. We can't hear Matt. Matt, they said they can't hear you. Let me turn you up just a little bit.
And make sure I didn't unplug here.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Hello.
There we go. I could hear you, but Eddie Morris says Junior Nation is waking up. Eddie Morris also says go Nudie. So we got quite a few shout outs there in the chat as the pace car takes that hard left-hand turn. TJ Floyd leads him back to the restart zone. Big jump there. Green flag in the air, and TJ Floyd, fantastic jump on Colin Willems. It looks like everybody else was kind of laying back a little bit. And here comes Brian Nudie in that third spot. And somebody we really haven't talked about too much tonight, Craig Schroeder, up into that fourth spot as he's under pressure from Dakota Camper now for that fourth spot. Right behind him, Buccino. Side by side right now, though, Colin Willems, TJ Floyd. TJ is going to lose the lead, and Brian Nudie is going to come along with him. And here comes Camper. Camper with a great run. Almost gets into the back bumper of Nudie, and he's going to make that high side work. Nudie's,
Oh, we got a spinner.
oh, yellow
Right, going
flag.
into turn 1.
Yellow flag is out. It's going to bring up another wreckage rewind here. We'll see if we can figure out who it was that went around there. Oh. Nick Olafson's not going to be very happy with this one. As looks like Will Witt 3 wide between White and Redding here. And Dylan Redding just gets a little loose. It looks like a little bit of contact between both of them. It looks like they were both a little out of control there. As Redding's going to also get in the side of the 55 of Mays. Stephen Black gets turned around as well in this. Man, that's unfortunate for those guys back there who were Stephen Black, who is currently our leader. You see Joseph Wright sneaking on by. Man, tough night. Getting caught on pit road when the yellow flag came out. Actually, Stephen was able to get back out there, so he was currently on the lead lap. But man, tough break back there. Nick Mather says, let's go Colin again, as Colin is currently your leader.
Dustin Dean's getting his lap back.
Dustin Dean is your lucky dog. Dustin Dean, surely the fan favorite tonight. As we know, he has lots of fans out there rooting him on. And don't forget, join us again tomorrow night as the iOS Truck Series takes on Charlotte for their first race of the playoffs. Tomorrow night, that's going to be a 97-lap race here at Charlotte in the trucks. Again, playoffs just starting for them. Well, some of the same drivers in the points there, or the playoffs there. Isaiah Gill, your points leader in the truck series. Colin Willems in second. Nudie and Buccino are your top 4. Hagerman, Dustin Dean, Eddie Morse, Colton Kinsey on the bubble. TJ Floyd, Brian Merrill Jr., Greg Froelich, and Joseph Wright. That's your playoff picture in the truck series tomorrow night. So join us for that. It should be an exciting one as well. Then we have Double Dirt on Thursdays. Don't forget about that. iOS Dominator Series, Thursday night at 10. And I believe we still have the Northeast Modifieds at 8 o'clock. So check out the Double Dirt.
I haven't seen that one, Josh. Is that a new series, the
Uh,
Northeast
we've
Modifieds?
been running that for a couple weeks now. That's another one of Mick Olafson's series. Atlee usually announces that one as well, so it's always a great time. They get
I'll be checking that out on Thursday.
absolutely double dirt on Thursdays. Don't forget, we're trying to get our Wednesday night before the iOS Truck Series, the Intensity Broadcasting League Super Late Model Series, which I believe should be starting up pretty soon. Brandon Butterbean Queen, last year's champion, won this week down at Langley in the opener.
He did. I've read about it. I wasn't able to watch it, but I heard that was a pretty exciting race up there.
Yeah,
Came down the last restart, I believe.
yeah. So it was a great race at Langley. Atlee had his first race in the Bandolero, got a lot of experience, did what he wanted to do, set out to do, didn't wreck the car, got some seat time, gained some confidence, and if you guys have NBC Gold, you can watch every race from Langley Speedway on
And
NBC
others.
Grove. Yeah, and others as well. Yeah. So don't forget to check that out.
That's a good deal. I forget what I paid for it last year. It was around $40.
Yeah, because
My goodness.
yep, I went the same thing, and I was like, man, I'd like to watch it. How much is it? And then it said that I was paid up till August. I'm like, oh, perfect.
It's something like $40 for the whole year.
Yep,
But there's got to be 12 tracks. There's something Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night.
yep. So as we're getting ready to go back, green flag racing, lights on, the pace car off. Field is re-racked. Colin Willems taking that high side on the start. Brian Newey behind him, or next to him. And then Devin Buccino, Dakota Camper behind him in the second row. The four of Craig Schroeder and Brian Merle Jr. up into the top six here. So here comes the pace car on the pit road. Colin Willems brings him to the restart zone. Green flag in the air. Willems with a great jump there. And it looks like Buccino had a little issue on the restart. Might split his tires because he was starting to go. Now he's falling back as Brian Newdy and Dakota Camper are going to almost ease on by him. As they come through turns or down the backstretch here. Here comes Camper underneath Newdy. And that four of Craig Schroeder right there in play as well. And Logan Hagerman back up into the seventh spot as well after having some.
Right at the front stretch, right at the start finish.
We're going to go back to our wreckage rewind here. And fortunately, I see on my screen the person who's crashed was the 82 of Joseph Wright. We'll have to see what happened to Joe here. Looks like Joe's already in trouble. He's already loose. Overcorrects it, comes back up across the track. Oh, Dylan Redding gets clobbered. Dylan already having a rough night. Dustin Dean able to sneak on by, but Chaput involved in that as well. You see Todd Mays sneaking through there. But tough for both Joe and Dylan Redding. So I believe Joe should still have his reset here. So I don't think he's used it yet, but he probably will have to use it here after that. Eddie Morris says, let's go Logan Hagerman. Bring it home for Grandma Hagerman. Logan having a pretty good run here. Sitting back in the seventh spot right now. Austin Blaylock right behind him in eighth. And Stephen Black, even after getting involved in that wreck a couple yellows ago, back up into the ninth spot. So he could be one to contend here towards the end as we see Brandon White and Derek Regal. Excuse me, just behind them. Derek Regal having a good run up in the 11th spot right now. As we see the 09 of Michael White getting his wave around. He's going to be your lucky dog here. Brian Nudie in second place here.
I don't know if Joe maybe already used his reset, but he's gone by pit road twice now.
He's also a lap down, so he may not have been able to pit there. Pit road
That's
may have
true.
still been closed for him, so we'll have to see if he goes in this time. Sounds like he's slowing down. Yep, here he comes on the pit road now. Possibly. Couple cars coming on the pit road as well. Yep, here he comes. Also in front of him, we see Will Witt on pit road. Brandon White on pit road. Be interested to see if Joe does have that reset, because now you have me questioning. Don't think he was involved in anything earlier. Let's see if that car pops back into shape, which it
There you
does.
go.
As we are just past halfway now. So being just past halfway and a couple of drivers without extra resets, be important for them to keep it clean and finish this one off clean. No, Colin Willems lost his reset already. Stephen Black is down his reset already. Now Joe Wright. So that's a couple of our playoff drivers already down resets. Dakota Camper down a reset. He's a playoff driver. I believe Cody Moore also used his reset already, if I remember correctly. Yes, because he got hit
Yes.
coming off of pit road. So Blake Hensley, the 31s, used his reset. So almost all of our playoff drivers have used their reset. So it's a second chance on life right now, but they got to make sure to be careful, be clean. And I think the only ones out there who still have their resets would be like Brian Nudie and TJ Floyd and Will Witt. I think those are the only three drivers who still have a reset. Because Hagerman had to use his, we know that. Blake Hensley had to use his, so yeah. I'm not sure if Kyle May's used one yet. Stephen Black says I still have my reset. Well, there you go. What do I know? Stephen Black texting from the car. That's kind of dangerous. One of our in-race reporters apparently. Corley Mather says, "Let's go, Colin. Bot squad in full effect tonight." As we're re-racked, Brian Nudie is going to take the inside line here. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Colin Williams that took the outside. He was your leader, green flag in the air. And everybody behind Colin caught sleeping here. That's Dakota Camper and Devin Buccino now side by side through turn number one. And now Camper trying to work on the inside of Brian Nudie, but he's not able to get there as now Buccino gets the great run on the high side. Camper's just going to have to fall back in line here. So we see Brian Merle Jr. up into that 5th spot. And Brian with quite the image there.
Okay.
I just realized I never shared my screen with you, so.
I'm on time delay.
There you go. Now you got it. So, Brian Merle Jr. up into that 5th spot now. Having himself a great run. Not in the playoffs, but trying to play spoiler here. As Devin Buccino now moves around Brian Nudie and Colin Willems into the lead. It looks like Colin's struggling just a little bit.
Now, Josh, when you use a reset, do you automatically get tires with it?
No.
Still got to check the boxes.
That is correct. You see, a little further back, Austin Blaylock, Dustin Dean, the 4 of Schroeder.
Dustin Dean is coming.
Yeah, they're all back here battling for position. I saw a little bit of contact between the 21 and the 99 as looks like there's almost some contact again. You see all different lines as they come through turns 1 and 2 here. But the line that seems to be working best right now is the one that Devin Buccino is running because he's almost out to a 2nd lead right now. As here comes Colin Willems. Trying to get around Austin Blaylock, not able to. But now here comes Stephen Black. Stephen Black is coming as well. Stephen's got that damage from earlier, but it's not slowing him down. See right behind him, Dylan Redding. Dylan has used his reset, so he was saving it earlier. He saw the front of that car miss, and now he's got a brand new car, so he's able to get running here. Brian Merle now underneath Dakota Camper. And Austin Blaylock right there as well. Austin having a great run tonight in the 7th spot so far. But right now, Buccino is checked out with over a 1-second lead over Logan Hagerman right now. And if you're curious how big a 1-second lead is, you take a look at Buccino coming across the line here. And there is Hagerman. So don't even see him on your screen as they come down the backstretch. Really shows the speed that Buccino is showing right now. As you see him just at the bottom of your screen right there. Still this great battle going on between Brian Nudie, Dakota Camper, Brett Merle Jr., Austin Blaylock now moving up around Merle Jr. Here comes Stephen Black as well. Stephen Black all over the back bumper of Jr. Looks like Dylan Redding's going to follow Stephen Black right along. And you're right, Stephen Black is coming right now. Just as much as Dustin Dean is Dustin Dean now up to the 3rd position. Trying to get around Logan Hagerman. He's coming. But Hagerman having a pretty stout run tonight as well. Stephen Black working on Austin Blaylock now. Trying to take over that 5th position. Great battles all over the track. You see Dylan Redding and Jr. just behind them having a great battle, but Junior able to prevail and get around Dylan here. And Stephen Black now still working on Austin Blaylock here.
Yeah, they're pretty evenly matched up right now.
And Colin
Steven,
Willems on the pit road.
hmm.
Don't know if that's scheduled or not, as we'll throw the track map up so we can see when he comes off pit road, but he's going to lose a lap here.
Well, it's 50 laps to go.
Could it be strategy?
Is this his first set of tires?
Not really sure, but he is rolling coming off of pit road now. But yeah, he's going to be almost 2 laps down, but then again, he's going to have fresh tires. So he's going to be able to just drive through the field as he is literally a lap and a half down as our leader Bacino comes across the line. And Bacino almost a 2-second lead on Dakota Camper now. As Dakota Camper has gotten around Hagerman and Dustin Dean and moved up into that second position. So a lot of storylines going on right now. Stephen Black has got around Austin Blaylock. And now setting his sights on Dustin Dean. And we'll take a look here at our pit strategy. And you can see a mixed bag up here as Buccino and Camper were both on last in 29 laps ago. Dustin Dean 33 laps ago. Hagerman 29 laps ago. Dylan Redding, the only one that's got a little split up in there, as he was caught up in an accident. He had to pit, and then he topped off a couple times. And you see a little further back, guys who've come in and topped off under those yellow flag runs. So, yeah, Bacino last in 52, Dustin Dean 48. So that kind of gives you the picture there, what lap they last came in on. As now the field is really starting to pan out, but here comes Stephen Black to the inside, or trying to get to the inside of Logan Hagerman.
I'm looking at some times here. It looks like Devin Bacino is pulling away.
Devin Bacino last lap was a 31.25. Dakota Camper did run a 31.14. Dustin Dean at 26, but everybody else behind him, minus Stephen Black, who's just in his own area code right now. Everybody else behind him running 31.4s, 5s, 9s. So Buccino, his lead is starting to shrink a little bit on Dakota Camper. And I think those tires have finally equalized for Stephen Black, as he's not able to get around Hagerman here. A little further back, Dylan Redding. As we ride on board with him. Actually, we're going to go true cockpit view because we got to get that little logo there next to his name. Mark Shaver says needs a caution. Yeah, there's a couple guys out there who would love to see a caution right now. One of them is not Devin Bacino now, as his lead is now just under the second and a half, and it's climbing fast. Dakota Camper is catching him quickly. As you see the top three in the battle box here, Dakota Camper starting to cut down in that lead. Now it's just about a second. So a great run here for Dakota Camper after getting caught up in that accident on lap number 2. Starting to run down your leader, Devin Bacino. And yeah, Dakota Camper is putting him down about a tenth of a second quicker laps. As he's starting to make that time up. While that's going on, a little further back, Dylan Redding and Brian Nudie going at it for 7th and 8th. And Dylan Redding starting to make a little bit of a move himself up through the field as he's trying to get around Austin Blaylock now for that 6th position. We'll try and take a look through the field here, see who's your fastest car on track right now, and it looks like it is going to be Dakota Camper.
Yeah, that second and a half lead is now I'm showing 0.6.
Yep, half a second on my screen. Do you see this great battle here between Austin Blaylock, Logan Hagerman? Logan, I think he's burned these tires down. Oh, Dylan Redding and Austin Blaylock, a little bit of contact there. As Austin thought he was clear and he just wasn't. And Brian Nudie trying to come into the picture here as well. So Colin Willems now a lap down, sitting in 21st spot. Yeah, I'm not really sure what that pit stop was scheduled or if he had problems or what.
I heard him say on the radio he has no tires left.
There you go. Cody Moore on the pit road right now. He's got a little bit of damage on that right front still. It's such a long pit road when everybody else is doing 180, 190 miles an hour and you're stuck doing 45. Let's take a look off the back bumper of Buccino here, and you see that 3 car is coming. As that lead's now cut down to 0.4. 0.4 of a second. Separate them. And behind them, these two are just pulling away from Dustin Dean. Speaking of battles on track. Oh. Thought we were going to have a yellow, but we just had it's like TJ Floyd having a little bit of an issue here. But he's still going in the right direction. Greg Froelich on the pit road. Well, TJ just having some connection issues. Maybe he didn't crash, just had connection. Brian Nudie now getting around Dylan Redding. Sorry, Dylan Redding now getting around Brian Nudie, working on Logan Hagerman. It looks like Steven Black just had a little off-track skirmish, but he's still going forward. Sitting back in the 8th spot now. So, rewind for just a second and see what happened to Steven here. I think he was trying to come to pit road and just missed it. Yeah, because here comes Steven Black on the pit road now. So Steven Black trying to come to pit road, missed pit road completely. That's going to cost him a ton of time as Buccino and Camper Camper has caught him. And you know the saying, it's one thing to catch him, it's another thing to pass him. As Dustin Dean hits pit road, you see at the bottom of the screen the cars that are on pit road. Dustin Dean, Stephen Black, Austin Blaylock, Michael White, the 09 on pit road as well. So while they're doing green flag pit stops, these guys are battling for the lead. As here comes Dakota Camper on the pit road. So he's not going to be able to challenge Bacino for the lead
Yeah.
yet. And Bacino, you see Cody Moore going around Bacino. Just the difference there, you can see exactly the difference of fresh tires versus old tires. Because if you're riding on board, this is off the front. Oh, here comes Bacino on the pit road. So that's going to give the lead to Brian Nudie. Also on pit road, we saw Dakota Camper and Devin Bacino. So those are the only two cars on pit road right now. And we know that Nudie can save tires and save gas. Mark, I don't know how that was not a yellow. But we were able to keep going, and
Nudie's coming in this lap.
Nudie's coming in this lap. There he comes. So that's going to give the lead to Logan Hagerman. And just behind him, Dylan Redding.
And the 7 will be coming in this time around.
There you go. So here comes Hagerman this time by to get his service done, and then we'll be able to go to the end. You see the speed difference there. Dakota Camper just going around Hagerman like he was going backwards.
Now what's the fall off? Is it over 2 seconds?
Yeah, it's about 2 seconds is what we're seeing. Best lap to last lap, about 3 seconds. So quite a bit. It's Dylan Redding now is being shown as your leader. Also Craig Schroeder, Derek Regal, Kyle Mays, all on pit road right now. I'm sure Dylan's probably going to be coming on to pit road in the next lap or two. He's still riding that high side, so I don't think he's going to be coming in this time by.
TJ Floyd's coming in this time.
Right.
Brandon White.
You take a look at when everybody came in last. Dylan Redding, Brandon White's going to be coming in this time, he said, but Dylan Redding, Brandon White, Michael Lawrence, they all came in last around lap 64, 65. So I imagine these guys are going to be coming in momentarily. Dylan Redding stays out.
It's a little surprising because he's going to be giving up quite a bit of time.
You know, I think he might be just trying to run it out and play the strategy and gamble a little bit. Kind of the same thing I did. I ran a fun run with the Rebels on Saturday night, and I did the exact same thing. I got caught back early and stayed out as long as I could. Just stayed out there and ended up leading a bunch of laps. Caught a yellow on the lap I was going to go in and pit. Ended up finishing fourth. So yeah. So not a bad strategy, I think, for Redding here.
Can he make it to the end though?
Well, he can't make it to the end, but if he runs it dry, he's only going to have to take maybe 2-3 gallons of fuel to make it to the end. But right now, he's got quite the lead on the second place, Blake Hensley. Blake is sitting back. Looks like Blake's on pit road now. So Blake was about 31 seconds back. Now about 20 seconds back. Dakota Camper is currently shown in second And he is 21 seconds behind the leader.
Wow, that's 3/4 of a lap.
Yep. But Dylan is running 2 second laps slower times than Dakota Camper is right now.
So that's 10 laps.
So the only thing Dylan Redden can hope for right now is a yellow. So he can get off. Oh, no, Dylan's coming to pit road right here. So that's going to give the lead to Dakota Camper. And right behind him in the yellow car, that's Devin Buccino, who's currently going to be your second place driver. Brian Merle Jr. between him, he's currently a lap down. Oh, Dakota Camper through the grass there. That's allowed Buccino to get down below him. He's going to take that spot away, and Buccino's going to take the lead back over. And that looked like Chaput just didn't know the leaders were coming that quickly. Didn't know where to go.
Dakota called out that he wanted the high lane, so Chaput was going low, and Dakota changed his mind.
So now they're side by side for the lead coming into turn number 1. And right behind them, actually, I take that back, the 019 is currently a lap down as well. So Brandon White and Brandon Merle Jr., the yellow and the blue car behind Buccino, are actually racing each other for a position. So you've got two different races right here going on, and we got 22 laps to go. And Dustin Dean's currently 7.5 seconds back, but he's running about 2/10 faster than these guys. So yeah, he might be able to catch him. If these guys catch lap traffic at just the right time, or if a yellow was to come out. We always could have a couple attempts at a green-white checker here, Matt.
Hey, you said it, not me this time. I was thinking it.
One car that's currently on a tear right now is the 11 Dylan Redding, who has fresh tires, and he's out there driving through the field. He's the only car on track right now running 29s. I see our leaders working lap traffic right now, and that's the only thing that's really going to slow these guys down up front is the lap traffic. And TJ Floyd right in this mix as well. TJ is a lap down, but he is running for position with Brandon White and Michael White here. So the 019, the 49, the 12, the 09, and these guys are all running for, in the 55 as well, are all right here running for position together.
Yeah, they're trying to be respectful of the leaders, but at the same time, you know, not give up their own position to do that.
But Dakota Camper continues to lead. As these guys are coming up on a fan favorite, Colin Willems pulls down to the bottom lane, lets the leaders by, gives them plenty of room. Very respectful. Tough night for him tonight, as Colin is currently sitting back in the 12th position. So not a terrible run, still respectable. He's battling with TJ Floyd, Michael White, that group back there that's a lap down behind the leaders here. So we see that black 82 come through the picture. He's moving right now. That's Joe Wright. He is currently working on getting one of his laps back. I believe he is currently 2 laps down. No, he is 1 lap down, so he is
Oh, he's 1 lap down now.
now. Okay, perfect. So he was 2, now he's back down to 1. And Matt, we have just 15 laps to go.
And it's coming down to it.
Can Bacino?
And there's a spinner that caught it. And I can't see who that is. Looks like Dylan Redding.
No yellow. Yeah, you see Dylan Redding's time on my screen going backwards, so it looks like the 11 had some issues there. I mean, that's not what Dakota Camper or Devin Bacino want to see right now, is a yellow flag, but that's exactly what the rest of the field wants to see, is a yellow flag, get the field bunched back up. Does Bacino have anything for Camper here? Is lap traffic going to make a difference? Is this going to move Dakota Camper to the playoffs, the next round of the playoffs? Or can Devin Bacino play spoiler here? We got 12 laps to figure that all out. Because Bacino is not in the points right now. Abby Trudeau does tell you, let's go Bacino. He is in the championship playoffs in the Truck Series, but not here in the Cup Series. But he can play spoiler very easily.
Hey, but a win is a win.
Absolutely. As next time by, we're going to have just 10 laps to go. And yeah, Dakota Camper and Bacino are both 6 seconds ahead of third place Dustin Dean. And I think we only have 10 cars on the lead lap.
I can look that up
Yep,
real
10.
quickly. Yes.
Yeah, the 019 of Brandon White is the last car on the lead lap. So we take a look at the tower here. You can see that 11th on back is at least 1 lap down. As Todd Mays hits pit road here with 10 laps to go. And pretty much the entire field is spread out pretty well. You can take a look from the blimp here. Colin Willems on pit road. So his tough night continues. As Camper now stretching a lead out to 1 second over Bacino.
Are we going to stay green for 8 more laps?
You never know. Stranger things have happened. I mean, Michael Lawrence standing there running hard with the 09 of Michael White. That is for position. Big block there. And yes, this is a battle for 14th and 15th place back here. But as you mentioned, even though these guys aren't in playoffs, every point matters. See Logan Hagerman and Stephen Black here. This is for 6th and 7th. These are both playoff drivers. So these guys are really fighting for every point right now to make sure that they have the opportunity to move on to the next round of the playoffs. And just behind them, Dylan Redding and Craig Schroeder battling for position as well. But right now, this is the most important battle on track because this is, even though it's 1 point can move you forward. Not having that 1 point can move you backwards. So Stephen Black gets a great run. It looked like Hagerman may have caught the apron just a little bit. And right behind him, Colin Willems having a bit of a throwaway race. They're 3 wide, but Willems with those fresh tires, you can just see how much faster he is. Greg Froelich currently on pit road. But up front, Dakota Camper coming down the backstretch. 4 laps to go. Now just 3 laps to go. We've seen Dakota Camper has 2 wins already this season. Looking for number 3. And still a big battle here between Stephen Black and Logan Hagerman. Still battling for 6th place here. But popsicle sticks are in the air. 2 laps to go for Dakota Camper, who's still stretching his lead out just about 2 seconds on Devin Bacino here. And all Dakota's got to do is just keep it driving straight as he comes off of turn number 4 here to take the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Charlotte. If Dakota can keep it straight, he's going to take home his 3rd win of the season. That all-important playoff point and an automatic berth in the round of 8. As comes through the quad oval here underneath, the 019 Dakota Camper will be your winner. Devin Buccino 2nd, Dustin Dean 3rd. Logan Hagerman, Stephen Black, though, these guys are battling hard still, trying to get that final 6th spot, and Stephen Black is going to take it. So that important playoff point for Stephen Black could make all the difference going into the next round. But your winner, Dakota Camper. What an impressive run after getting taken out on lap number 2 and driving back out there to make it to victory lane. Devin Buccino coming in 2nd. Dustin Dean rounding out your top 3. And we'll be able to talk to these guys in just a moment. But first, Dakota Camper is going to burn it down here on the front stretch, right on the start-finish line. And Matt, I know you're running the truck series tomorrow night here. Anything you learned tonight watching this race unfold that you might be able to carry over tomorrow night?
The high line is quicker.
And pit strategy is key.
Yeah,
Dakota,
try to save some tires.
that was Dakota Camper taking that Polish victory lap here. Now let's see if we can dial up our 3rd place finisher here, Dustin Dean. Dustin, you got Josh and Matt in booth. You got us?
Clear.
Hey, man, great run coming home in 3rd place tonight. No, a couple drivers in the playoffs having some issues tonight. You were able to pretty much keep it clean. What was your strategy coming into the race tonight?
Yeah, strategy was to, run up front, stay up front. But that all changed on that first round of pit stops when we got caught a lap down. But made my way back around, and honestly, I was saving tires that whole last run, just praying for a caution, but it never came. I think I really had something for them there if we could have got a caution just because I was saving tires. But all in all, a great points day, and yeah,
Yeah, you mentioned great points day, especially with the playoffs underway. Every point's going to matter here, and is that kind of what you were also doing tonight? Was just points racing?
yeah, definitely points racing. You know, I got to give a big shout out to Brian Merrill Jr. Last week, I did not play too kindly with him, and so this week he played kindly with me out of respect. So I thought that was pretty cool. Shout out to him. Shout out to the whole Apex Racing team as well. Overall, just a good night, like you said, for points. But man, I was praying for a caution.
Anybody else you'd like to thank tonight?
Of course, my smoking hot wife and kids are actually at the beach, so I'm home alone. My poor self had to stay and work. But yeah, thank them for watching. I know got some family and friends out there watching as well. And talk to you guys next time.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again on third place finish. We move on to Auto Club next week, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon.
Hopefully, thank you.
All right, let's dial up our second place finisher here, Devin Buccino. Devin, you got Josh and Matt in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. How you doing, guys?
Hey, great run tonight. Fuel strategy seemed to be key tonight. Just strategy overall and trying to keep the car clean. What was your strategy coming into the race? I know a lot of guys were kind of points racing. Was that the same thing you were trying to do? As you know, you're not in the playoffs. You're just trying to get the win.
Yeah, I was pretty much going for broke there. Me and Dakota were talking about running the top, and based off of practice and qualifying, we weren't sure how effective it would be, but come race time, it was pretty impossible to complete a pass on the bottom unless you had the fresh tires. We were able to get to lap 50, I think, without taking our first set, so we did that. Caught a good string of cautions, and then so that was the start of the run to the end. Dakota just was a little better at managing. I saw he was running a lane higher. I just couldn't put it up there to save what he was saving. So congrats to Dakota. That's awesome.
Yeah, awesome. And you talk about that strategy and teammates running there, and yeah, just going for broke, trying to play spoiler tonight, huh?
I was trying my best. I got side by side with him there at the end, but we burned up the stuff. Then it was hoping he would maybe come back to us for one more shot, but it didn't happen. So
Awesome. Any shout outs to anyone you want to say thank you tonight? Talk.
yeah, I just want to thank New Craft Fine Jewelry and Design in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The National MS Society. You can go to nationalmssociety.org to donate. Mommy and Me Registry. Less than 10% of the states offer maternity leave, financial support, and this helps with that. It's comparable to a honeymoon fund. And then you guys at Intensity. I appreciate you guys coming out here, putting up with us. Carolina Sim, and then my girlfriend for letting me get on here a couple nights a week to have fun with you guys. So
Yeah, Abby and Frank have definitely been rooting you on all night tonight. So it's good to see you're giving the Collins bot squad a little bit of competition out there tonight.
yeah, I think my bots are a little bit cheaper than his, so we'll talk. We got to figure out who a good bot guy is.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again, Devin, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much. Have a good night, guys.
Awesome. And now our man of the hour, our winner, Dakota Camper. Oh, Dakota, Josh and Matt in the booth, you got us?
Hey, yeah, I got you.
Man, third win of the season. Get caught up in a big wreck on lap number 2. Had to go in and take your fast repair. End up winning the race. I mean, what was your strategy coming in, and how did that change because of that first wreck?
Well, the strategy coming in was to get to that high line and hope we didn't get a caution, and it didn't work out early. But I think I ended up fifth in the stage. I led a few laps, obviously, and then I was just trying to hold off the 68 there at the end.
Yeah, Devin was saying there that that was kind of your strategy from the beginning was running that high side and saving tires, and you guys had quite the battle there at the end. But it looks like you were able just to pull away and drive away. And what was it, about 50 laps on that first set of tires you guys ran? Was that what I heard?
Yeah, I run 54 on the first set, and then pitted again there with about 30 to go or 32 to go.
So how was that car driving with 50 lap old tires?
Smooth as can be. I was faster than everybody else.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the win. Anybody you want to shout out tonight? Any thanks? Any sponsors?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out always to Unchained Motorcycle Ministry, UFA, who sponsors this car. Shout out to my teammates. Devin's my teammate. We got a 1-2 finish tonight, so uh, a lot of fun. And I don't know if y'all saw it where I went through the grass and passed that lap car. I told Devin that was my Dale Earnhardt moment.
Yeah, we weren't sure what happened there. If you called Shapu to go high and you went high, or excuse me, to go low and you went low, or what happened there. But that was impressive there going through the AstroTurf there.
Yeah, I said hi, and I guess I come up on him quicker than he was expecting, and then I went down to the low side, and that's when he went low. It was just, I think I was just too fast for him.
Well, congratulations on the win, an automatic berth into the next round. That means that next week at California really doesn't mean anything to you, other than just trying to get some stage points and your playoff points there. But yeah, you're locked into the next round.
Yeah, always going for more playoff points because next round's going to be my toughest one. So
Awesome. Well, congratulations again, and I'm sure we'll talk to you soon.
thanks, man. Great job on the broadcast as well.
I appreciate that. Well, Matt, not the race I was expecting to see. I was expecting to see a little more excitement there at the end, but awesome job from Dakota Camper, Devin Bacino there, as Dakota gets a little bit more out of his car here. And yeah, just an absolutely phenomenal race by these guys, getting those cautions early, but able to keep it clean there towards the end and have that big green flag run. Bunch of green flag pit stops as well as we take a look at our final results. Matt.
It took a little while to settle in, but like you said, once they got settled in, man, it was green to the end, which frankly I was a little surprised to see. I thought there might be one more caution coming out.
I mean,
Let the field bunched up a little bit, but it didn't happen tonight. And I was thinking about Stephen Black at that point. How many times this year did he have a big lead like that, and caution comes out right at the end?
that's for sure. And I know Steven's probably sitting there going, how come this doesn't happen when I'm out there in the lead? But Stephen Black still able to come home in sixth tonight. As you see, only 10 cars on the lead lap tonight. But great run all around. Exciting finish. And man, congratulations, Dakota Camper, automatically moving on to the next round of the playoffs. And yeah, we're playoff racing. It's exciting. I love playoffs.
Where are we going next week?
Next week, we're at California Auto Club Speedway.
Auto Club, here we come.
And that's going to round out the first round of playoffs. And then we'll be moving on to Texas and the Roval for the second round. And then finally, our championship four will battle it out at Las Vegas. But tonight, congratulations, Dakota Camper. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe if you haven't already. Check us out on Twitter as well, Tennessee Broad One. We haven't done our podcast in a couple weeks due to lack of racing with the rain out at Bristol and then Easter this week, but we will be back on our regular schedule coming this Sunday. So we didn't forget about you, those who love our podcast and are loyal to us. We appreciate you. We appreciate the patience. We'll get one out for you this Sunday. Don't forget to also check us out on Racing TV on Roku and Fire Stick. So check that out as well. And Matt, you have anything else you'd like to add tonight?
Stay tuned. Another great race tomorrow night. Same time, same channel.
That's for sure, as the iOS Truck Series will be off tomorrow night. Me and Atlee will have the call at, well, we'll be going live about 9:45, just like tonight. And Eastern Time, don't forget to check that out. Watch their first round of the playoffs. I know our buddy Matt here will be in that race as well. And that's going to be an exciting one as well. But for Matt Knights and all of the crew here at Intensity Broadcasting, I'm Josh Hall. Again, thank you for joining us tonight. Come back tomorrow. Come back the rest of the week. We got some more exciting racing. But as Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over